Doctors, today's video is inspired from a very recent dental disaster of water leakage from a dental chair at my clinic number 2. Hello doctors, welcome. With this video, we begin a very important series on our channel, and that is DIY do-it-yourself dental chair repairs. Doctors, today's video is inspired from a very recent dental disaster of water leakage from a dental chair at my clinic number 2. We are going to discuss the issues, reasons and its solutions. And doctors, I will also share with you how you can avoid such disaster from happening in your dental clinic. Doctors, now to understand this issue of water leakage, you should be aware about the few fundamental things related to dental setup, water supply, dental chair, and components and electronics of dental chair. So doctors, in this upcoming 2 videos, we will discuss complete details on water leakage and its solutions, point-wise and systematically. Part 1. Doctors, in video part 1, we will discuss number 1, types of water leakage in dental clinic. Number 2, water supply and must-have safety valves in a dental clinic. Number 3, know your dental chair and electronic components of the dental chair. Number 4, reasons of water leakage in dental chair and why it happens in every dental chair at some point of time. Number 5, how to prevent or avoid such dental chair malfunctions in your clinic. Number 6, what to do immediately when there is a water leakage. And doctors, the second video part will have following points. Number 7, must have hardware or equipments for any routine repairs in a dental clinic. Simple spare parts or components required to repair water leakage yourself. Number 9, type and size of pipe used in dental chair. Number 10, types of pipe leakages and its solutions. And number 11, easy and simple steps to repair the water leakage yourself. So doctors, to understand this topic of repairing water leakage, you should have some fundamental knowledge regarding dental chair and many other points. And the topic was becoming very big, so we have divided the whole topic into 2 parts. So doctors, I request whenever you are on our channel, always try to look at the topic from the beginning, that is from the part 1. By doing so, you will never miss any important points and less amount of questions will arise in your mind. We try our level best to cover each and every point, no matter how small or big it is. But many a times there still can be some of the out of the box questions from your side. And as always, feel free to contact us anytime. We will be more than happy to answer your questions. So once again, hello doctors, I am Dr. TARUN MAVADIA from Akshar Dental Academy. This is the first video part of our dental chair repair series on water leakage. Let's begin. Point 1 is types of water leakage in any dental clinic. When it comes to water leakage in any dental clinic, the water leakages can be either from number 1, dental chair spittoon line, number 2, dental chair's distilled water line system, and number 3, the normal tap water line attached to doctor's wash basin, wash area, washrooms, etc. Second point is water supply and must have water safety valves in a dental clinic. Doctors, every dental clinic requires a water supply. The basic purpose or requirement of water in a dental clinics are, doctors, any dental clinic requires basic 2 types of water supply. Number 1, the normal tap water line from the overhead tank to supply water to dental chairs spittoon, doctor's wash basin, and to washrooms for toilets and water for cleaning the dental clinic. And the second type of water supply is distilled water supply used for dental treatments from the dental chair's distilled water line system. So doctors, in case of leakage in any of this type of supply, it is always advisable to have a safety water valve in each of these line so that in case of leakage, the valves can be shut off and further leakage can be prevented. So the area where you require the water safety valve are valve number one. This valve is placed at the main overhead tank line or at the main line from where the water enters our dental clinic. Valve number two. This valve is placed at the tap water line which enters our dental chair to supply to our spittoon. Valve number three. This valve is inbuilt given to us in our dental chair and it is used to shut off the distilled water line system in our dental chair. Point number three, know your dental chair and the electronic components of your dental chair. Doctors, now majority of us will be familiar with our dental chair and its main components or the parts. But still, in order to understand the water leakage problem or the reasons for water leakage, we should have basic fundamental idea on the main important components of our dental chair. So with the help of this diagram, I would like to point out few technical terms and also the area where most of our dental chairs water line and electronic components are present. Doctors, now majority of us are familiar with a dental chair and its parts and components, but still for the sake of this video and to understand the things further how to repair them, I would like to bring to your attention the three main area of concerns for this water repair and the components of the dental chair. So as you can see in this diagram, this is called the working table of our dental chair. This area is called the box area under the spittoon of our dental chair. And this area is the base of the dental chair at our footrest. The reason for me to point out these three areas is because main of our electronic components and also majority of our water line pass through this area and there are maximum chances of these water lines breaking in this area. Doctors, first we will discuss the box area under the spittoon. The water supply to this spittoon box is generally given from the overhead tank. This consists of a normal tap water and this water is generally used in our spittoon once the patient gargles to clear out the spittoon. Also, the same line can be connected to the glass filler line, and if you want to provide a good quality water, you can connect a RO system to this line. So whenever this switch is activated, RO water is available for the patient on the glass to gargle. But doctors, if you are familiar with our channel, we have already made a video on how to make your OPD process more luxurious with just 20 rupees. I would suggest you to watch that video if you have not watched it. And based on that video, we would suggest you all to use packed water bottle for gargling to the patient. And a 200 ml of water bottle will cost less than 5 rupees. This spittoon box area along with the tap water line also has many components that regulate the air pressure and also the mechanics which control the water supply to the spittoon. Next comes the dental chair working tray area. This is the major electronic hub for any dental chair. This area consists of all the major electronic components and circuits for our scaler, micromotor, all the mechanics to operate the dental chair and to control the dental chair functions. And along with this, it also has air pressure lines and distilled water system lines in them. The distilled water coming into this area is connected on the one end with the distilled water bottle which is provided on the either side of the spittoon box area, and the line comes to this dental chair working tray area, and from where it is transmitted to our air rotor connections, to our scalar connections, and to our three-way syringes. Doctor, one of the side point which I would like to bring to your attention is many doctors use RO water for their distilled water line system. I would suggest such doctors there is a fundamental difference between a distilled water and a RO water. I would suggest you all to inquire on them, and I request you all to use distilled water only for your distilled water line system of your dental chair. Using a RO water is one of the other reason which causes scalings inside your tubings of your dental chair, and this leads to many cracks in your water lines also. Next component of this same topic is know your components and electronics of your dental chair. Doctors, as you all know, there are many complex circuits and electronic components which are used to operate our dental chair. But majority of these components are present in these three main locations in any dental chair. Number 1, under the working tray area of the dental chair. Number 2, under the spittoon area inside the box. Number 3, at the base of the dental chair under the patient's footrest. From these three major locations, the two main area of major concern for us will be the dental chair working tray area and the spittoon area inside the box, because these two components have water lines passing through them, while in majority of the dental chair there are no major water lines passing through the base of the dental chair. So in case of water leakage, there are minimum chances of damage to this area. Doctors, now let us try to understand what types of components are present in these three areas. Number 1, under the working tray of the dental chair. Inside the working table of our dental chair, there are electronic components and circuits to control the dental chair and its functions. There are circuits for instruments like scalar, micromotors, etc. Water control gauges for our air rotors, and pneumatic lock system to lock our working tray. Number 2, under the spittoon area inside the box. Inside this box, there are components to control and supply water to the spittoon and also to the glass for gargling. Along with this water supply line, it has pressure gauges to control the air pressure and water pressure to the different components of our dental chair. It also has a magnetic switch to control the water quantity coming into our spittoon and glass area. Doctors, a small note to remember is different companies and different types of chairs will have some of the components interchange between these two areas. So many a times fewer of the components of the working tray can be additionally placed over here, and many a times few of the components from this box area are also placed into the working tray area. The number 3rd area is at the base of the dental chair under the patient's footrest. Inside this area, there are mainly electrical power supply circuits and control boxes. This generally control the voltage which is given to the different equipments of our dental chair for them to function accurately. This area generally does not have any water line passing through them. So in case of any water leakage, this is the least area of concern for us, leading to any damage to the electronic components or the circuit. So doctors, by discussing all such locations and points, I am trying to suggest you all is whenever there is a water leakage, your main area of concern should be under the working tray of your dental chair, and second should be at the spittoon area inside the box, because these two components have the major circuits of our dental chair, and as you all know, the circuits and electronic components of the dental chair are very costlier, and also it is a time consuming process. It takes a lot of time for the circuits to reach to you. So by drawing your attention to such areas and to such point, you can act immediately and you can avoid any water damage to the other components of your dental chair in case of any water leakage, and ultimately you can save a lot of efforts and money in repairing your dental chair circuits or electronic components. Next point is number 4. reasons for water leakage in dental chair, and why it happens in almost every dental chair at some point of time. Doctors, the reason for this is the water is remaining constantly in contact with the pipe tubing, and due to this constant contact and repeatedly water passing through the pipe, with time the pipes loses their elasticity and there is a cracking in the material or the plastic quality of the tubing, and due to such cracking there is leakage from such pipes. So no matter what type of chair you have, the costliest one or the cheapest one, the water is going to have its effect on the tubing of your dental chair, and almost every dental chair faces this water leakage at some or the other point. So that brings us to our next topic, point number 5, how to avoid such malfunctions in your dental chair. So doctors, as such, we cannot predict when such sort of damage will happen to the tubings inside your dental chair, but the suggestions which I would like to give you all is, I would suggest you all to change the complete tubing of your dental chair at the interval of every 3 to 5 years depending on your use. Also, there are many dental clinics in a little bit remote area where services are not available. To such doctors, I would suggest you should definitely get the whole tubings from your dental chair changed at the interval of every 3 years. And to the doctors practicing in metro cities and where the services are available immediately, I would suggest you all still get the tubings changed within the interval of 3 to 5 years. No matter how costly or how branded your dental chair is, or no matter how cheap quality of your dental chair is, water does not discriminate on the company's name, and it is going to have its effect on the tubing. But yes, with my experience and a constant eagerness on this topic and trying to do research on this topic, I have found that the food grade silicone type PU tubing which are available, they are more rubbery or elastic in nature, and this type of tubing generally lasts long, okay, compared to the routine AquaGuard or water filter tubings which are hard in nature, which are mostly available or used by many of the technicians. Such hard tubings crack up very easily and they break very easily and leakage happen very easily. But if you go for the food grade silicone type PU tubings, then it lasts longer. And these all details are to be covered with photographs in our second video part, where in detail I will share with you all the complete details and sizes of the tubes that are used in our dental chair, how to use them, and also in future I am going to come up with a complete detailed video on how you can change the complete tubing of your dental chair yourself. And there I am going to share details how much length of which tubing which will be required by you, and what can be the easier way to change the complete tubing of your dental chair. So for such many informative videos, stay tuned to our channel. It is always going to be beneficial to you and a knowledgeful journey also for you. So doctors, these were details on how you should avoid this. But unfortunately, if supposingly a water leakage happens in your dental chair, then what should be your logical next steps? So that brings us to our next topic, what to do immediately when there is an accidental water leakage around your dental chair or from your dental chair. So doctors, I would suggest you all to follow a 3-step system whenever you find any water leakage around your dental chair. The step number 1 is switch off all the types of electric supply coming to your dental chair. Number 2, turn off the distilled water line supply to your dental chair. And number 3, turn off the tap water valve entering the spittoon area of your dental chair. Doctors, I would suggest every member or every staff your dental clinic should be aware regarding these 3 steps. So whenever in your absence there is any sort of water leakage around your dental chair, they should be aware of what steps to follow. And if your assistant or any staff member acts immediately in case of any water leakage, it can save you a lot of efforts and money in repairing the dental chair. Now in small details, I would like to mention out few points or reasons regarding these three steps. Number one is to turn off the power supply to your dental chair. This step is the most crucial one, and this is one of the major mistake which many of us make whenever we find any water leakage. Our attention is more towards from where the water is coming, and in such thought process we forget about the possibility of electronic short circuit happening in our dental chair, and also there can be possibility of electronic short accident to any of our staff member or to the patient. So doctors, I would like to point this out to you that whenever you find any water leakage coming from any area of your dental chair, the first and foremost thing that has to be done is to shut off the power supply to your dental chair. By doing so, you can definitely avoid any short circuit to your electronic components of your dental chair, and also one of the major point can be you can avoid any sort of electronic currents or short happening to any of your staff or to yourself or to your patient even. Second point is to turn off the distilled water line system of your dental chair. Doctors, majority of our distilled water lines are branched out into the working tray of our dental chair. So there are many lines of distilled water inside the working tray of our dental chair. Along with these many water lines, there are many important circuits and electronic components to control the function of our dental chair. And there are many important circuits for our scalers, micromotors, etc. present in this very small area. So these water lines being in a very close proximity to many such circuits, if we delay in shutting it off, and by chance if there is any leakage from this distilled water line system, then the water from this line can definitely damage the electronic circuits of our dental chair. So whenever you find even small droplets coming out from inside your dental chair's working tray area, please don't ignore them. Immediately shut off the power supply and followed by shutting off your distilled water supply, and just have a look at it. Okay, in the next video part, I am going to show you practically how to repair such small water leaks, and also in case of big water leaks what can be done. So first and foremost, you should try to avoid any damage to the electronic components but through this step, and in the second video part I will show you in detail how to repair them also. And the third step is to shut off the main tap water line coming into the spittoon area of our dental chair. This line is only generally supplying only to our spittoon area, and in some cases to the glass for gargling of our dental chair. And there are very few chances of breakage in this line, but still we should turn this line off. And also very few electronic components are present inside the spittoon area inside the box, so it is not of a major concern, but still as a precaution or as a safety measure, I would suggest you all to shut off this normal tap water line also until you are very sure from where the leakage is happening. So doctors, this was the first video part of our dental chair repair on water leakage. By this video, I wanted to educate you all regarding our dental chair and few important components where there are majority of electronic components present, and also in the same area there are different water lines present. And I wanted to make it very clear to you that there are two types of water supply coming to your dental chair. One is a routine normal tap water line which is given to your spittoon and in some cases to your glass area for gargling. So leakage in those area are different, and there are different measures to control them. And main part is the water supply coming inside your work tray area, and those are from the distilled water line. And shutting off the distilled water line is very important whenever you find any sort of droplets coming out from inside your dental chair working tray area. Many a times I have seen that water is leaking from the dental chair and the students are not aware, so they only turn off the main tap water line, but shutting off the distilled water line never hits their mind. And in few cases opposite things also happen. Doctors shut off the distilled water line, but still there is water leakage coming from the normal tap water line. This can be avoided with the information which I have shared with you all. But the major concern to me is to shutting off the power of your dental chair immediately whenever you such drops. Never forget this step so that you will be able to prevent most of the damage happening to dental chair circuits is due to this reason, and you will be easily able to avoid such mistakes happening in your dental practice. So doctor, that's all from me on this topic. See you all very soon in the second video part of our water leakage series, and which is going to be do it yourself repairs for water leakage in your dental chair, with the complete detail on components and spare parts required to repair this dental water leakages. The steps are very easy, the components are very easily available, so stay tuned to the channel. Thank you. Doctors, a small note at the end. We are always here to help you out with any issues you have related to dentistry. Also, the information regarding our dental group related to dentistry is given in the description box. If you want, you can join our group. Also, just to let you all know, we are giving free gifts as patient education pamphlets regarding brushing technique and also regarding do's and don'ts after extractions, customized in every dentist, details of their own clinic, contact number, city, etc. So if you are interested for such educational brochures and pamphlets customized in your own name, we would suggest you to join our group and share your details, and we will be more than happy to share such patient informative details with you all. In future, we are going to come up with many such informative pamphlets for our loyal subscribers. So stay tuned to the channel. Also, doctors, I would like to share additional information with you all. By the second week of December, we are going to start a special class on root canal treatment at our Akshar Dental Academy. And these classes are online, so any doctor from any part of India can definitely join these classes. So any student or doctor who are interested in learning root canal treatments, mainly the basics of the root canal treatments, the basic of RCO, BMP, RCF, etc., in the most simpler or easiest way possible, then this is a good opportunity for you all. And for more information, contact us on our WhatsApp number, and we will be more than happy to share out complete details with you.